trying to get other stuff in.
You gonna do it by roll number?
Yes, but you know what, so what I did is I just highlighted.
Yeah.
You talked about changing.
Yeah.
So all we're gonna do is just confirm that, and then from there, put together, email, put together a resolution
For the council?
for the council, and then we should do it next month, right?
Yeah, sounds
Any other questions?
No.
Fine, great. All right, so I think the only question out there is that for the dog impoundment is going to do per the actual charge as opposed to $50 a day. Okay, so we'll send that in. We had the peddler, hawkers, and solicitors,
but that was just for the commercial.
right? So we're just deleting all of that. Single day event organizer license, we said to increase that to 100. Yes, great. 3-day event organizer license, increase that from 75 to 150. Okay,
You didn't highlight options.
what did you say about auction?
Well, we said about options, was at the moment, where it's written is that they have an annual fee, and then they have to do, they have to do $25 every day of the auction. And they also have to submit a fee list of everything in every auction.
Can
And
you
so,
speak loud?
I'm sorry, currently what they have to do is submit a complete list of everything that is in the auction, to the city, complete inventory. Then they also have to, they have the annual, they have to be founded, you have an annual fee to be licensed. And then they have to pay $25 a day for every day of auction. So this was put in place in the 70s, before we had auction houses. I talked to both auction houses, and I think moving away, what's very cumbersome is the requirement to list everything that they have.
That makes, I was gonna say,
That we.
that's not a lot of
Yeah.
interest.
But so just reduce it to an annual fee to be registered, and then drop the daily fee per auction. Because why would they have to pay for every day that they are selling when a retailer doesn't? So I think if we increase the annual fee, right now it's 100. If we brought that up to 500 and drop the fees associated with the day-to-day, and then drop the bureaucracy of.
So you're saying the fee will be 500
500
for the year? for the year?
Yes, that's their annual, that would be their annual registration fee would be 500.
Okay,
They wouldn't have fees per day of auction, and then they wouldn't have to submit the paperwork of everything that they.
yeah, that makes sense.
Because they don't even have to pay for, auction listing.
Okay, so just to confirm, the one list, the annual fee should be 500 and,
No
daily fees.
Flat rate.
But, annual
Yeah,
fee,
exactly.
right?
And we have a similar thing, sort of further down relating to, going out of business hours.
Yeah.
Did you flag that one?
Going out of business, so we're taking that out as
We were
well.
taking that out because of the thing where they have to register and pay if they were going out of business. It's further.
Yes. So, all right.
Yeah, it's road 34, going out of business. That we should just do it.
We're still doing pawn broker.
We don't have any, do we? I think it's eliminated.
All right, so let's leave that one. So what if I decide to open a pawn broker as soon as we change these?
Say again?
What if I open up a pawn broker shop right after we change these fees?
Well, I actually have one ready to go.
And
I was just waiting for this to be deleted and then I was gonna
then
open
you're
it.
gonna open up your own shop?
Yeah, sorry.
That's, it's pawn, P-A-U-N.
No,
Make sure-
PR.
Make sure you open up the right store, please. Sorry. Too spicy for Brian's game.
You know, we might want to keep this.
Sorry.
I mean, you had that joke last month as well.
Did I?
You did.
Oh,
Um,
Yeah, I was gonna do it too.
I'm here for a while.
Hang on a second. We might want to keep it because even though there are none right now, it wouldn't hurt to have something on the book so that we don't have to revisit this. Because this is just a, they have to be bonded, and they have to have an
I
annual.
don't think pawn brokers are like a,
Really? Okay, fair enough. Then just,
I mean, I think it's like, something like bookies. I don't think-
yeah, no, the OTBs. Is there an OTB?
Are they a real bookie? It's just an example. Yeah, it's-
I'm not around yet, OTB.
Yeah, there's one over on,
I don't think we do a lot of
It could be
business.
cool.
Oh, I don't know.
Just came back.
Now, we talked about.
No more Mr.
We
Guy.
talked about amusement parks. This was a per machine fee.
Yeah.
What did we land on there?
I think we just said to leave it because we didn't.
We don't have it.
We don't have it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous for us to even get those. I mean, it's ridiculous.
So where are we now? In what section?
All right, so carnival places of amusement, we're deleting that too.
Yeah.
All right, fine, pool halls, we're deleting that as well.
I think we still have some cool
We
things.
have 2 pool halls, I think we talked about this last time, so, all right, we'll leave that in, but I don't know who's enforcing this, so.
Sorry. I'm pretty sure the two that we have are only one table. Right?
There's only one and a half million.
Sorry?
One and a half million.
Right, I don't know where the other two are.
Union Street Brewery?
Oh, downstairs, they have one,
Union Street
they have
Brewery.
one table. Yeah, so they only have one, think of them all, they just have one table, but I'm sure nobody's paying.
All right, so we deleting this, it's gonna be more to enforce it probably. than-
Yeah, it's a-
So can you tell me where are we right now? Because I think
Line 37.
line 47.
Line 37.
Oh,
we were going to get rid of some merchants, I thought. Or were we keeping those because we got rid of
We
them?
got rid of the other one.
We were keeping these and getting rid of them.
We didn't discuss changing the fees on this. So I have 2000.
Yeah.
And then mass gathering,
We increased it
to
to,
increase to 200. Fireworks permit, put that in at 200. It's a new one.
Yeah.
Um,
down the three since I was wearing them like that.
So, and parking fees, are we leaving that all with,
We're gonna leave that with property.
the parking department? Everyone's fine with that? The bag increases we've seen, so that's just
Starting down.
a done deal. The banner permit, I put an email
What's
out.
that again?
Sorry, the 75. Oh, what is that? The next street graphic, there's a big. So, yeah, I know, I sent an email to Rob Perry asking him how much it really was costing for this street with the map, so. So. I just-
How much costs?
Yeah.
Well, I know last year in the VA, the amount of money that we bring in, revenue from tax.
The banners,
The banner, I'm sorry, it's a tax, sorry,
no, banners, so bags is done.
yeah,
We're not touching banners. Banners, it needs to be raised, so
Okay.
we have to figure out how much. Okay, so, and after we made a decision on sidewalk permit or refuse haulers. We're gonna leave as is. Line 79.
So we did talk about the refuge hauler. This thing, $1,000 per year, this doesn't make any sense. Because it's not like somebody's going to have a dumpster outside their house for a year.
so
Remember that?
So I want to talk to you about this. I remember I had the conversation with, in Sanda, I think it was with the chief. And the per day dumpster fee is very, very cheap. And people leave them because it's so, it doesn't cost much. I don't know, I don't see it here, but I remember she told me that it was very low. So people have the dumpsters for such a long time.
Yeah.
You know, it's unbelievable. And they take, they take off our sidewalk sometimes, they
Yeah.
take, parking space, it's
So
convenient to turn
I
the
think
track.
if we put in a weekly fee of $200, then that
That's
would
a
motivate
deterrent
people.
to leave it
That
for a
would
long
motivate
time,
people
yeah,
to get everything done.
I agree.
So change that to weekly and make it 200.
Yeah, any construction, they really, and it's also good for these developers that they leave their dumpsters for the longest time. You know, there is one, I think, by the close to Warren. It's a mess.
What is water withdrawal?
So you do it 200 a week.
200 a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weekly fee of 200.
200 per week.
I'm assuming this is all.
And that's very reasonable.
Code enforcement, or should we tell you?
It would be done.
Water withdrawal, Rob did respond to some of these, I think he said it was withdrawal, okay, fine. He didn't have any other comments for the rest of it.
Do you say what water withdrawal was?
Um, the road opening and blacktop, those are all fairly recently updated in 2020. And really, didn't have any other comments. Youth department, you want to touch that or what?
Where? Oh, okay, I see it.
112,
Hey, we can give them a suggestion.
So Calvin did talk about this a little last week in his report, and the use of the gym and the youth department, the rent space varies depending upon whether they want kitchen, this and that. So I think before touching any of that, probably a conversation with Calvin. And what the current construction.
Rich, maybe one of us should send an email to,
Yeah.
department.
what I'll do is I'll just copy and paste all this fee schedule to an email Calvin.
And ask them, yeah, after you would like to see a raise, please give.
Seriously, that's what I did was go out there and look.
Yeah,
A lot of stuff, so. All right, code enforcement. It looks like some of these are fairly recent, there's some change from
no,
demolition permits.
I'm sorry, for recently, you're going, raising the fee for the red zone,
No, we're saying, we don't know, to ask Calvin.
that's how it was the last increase, right? I know it was like, we felt like 3 hours.
Oh,
It was certain areas you rent, and the gym would be an increase, the kitchen would be an increase.
Because when he was asked how much it was, he said it depends on what usage you want.
Yeah,
it says $50 per hour or 3 hours for 125, additional $50 for the kitchen. And that was updated at 11.
yeah, I think maybe they seem kind of reasonable.
We seem
And
fairly
then we,
recent, so-
Yeah, I think it's reasonable.
and you know, we're not gonna make money out of, don't want to make money out of the youth.
and it's, yeah, for it.
But just confirm it with them, that this is what's in there, it's okay.
Okay, so as for code enforcement,
Well, they all need to be raised, they're very outdated, you know. They're all. Demolition permit should be more than 150. I say, I think it should be a lot more.
the accessory nutrient. And that's just a one-time thing.
So smaller buildings are 300.
Yeah, I think we should do 300. Is that what you said, Morgan?
No, the only one that's 150 is a.
Restaurant to top,
Accessory
yeah.
building of less than 2,000 square feet, and then a small 1,000 square feet with common walls is 300, all of the buildings are 400.
So what should it be changed to?
It hasn't been updated in over 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, demolition is, there is a noise disturbance, dust, environmentally, I mean, I think we should have it, 300, everything should be almost
What's
double.
that?
Huh?
You double it?
I would,
Double it, okay.
forget the injuries you may have, so.
The rat is to be around museum from like 2020, so. That was probably okay.
Maybe 150?
Not looking around, just looking at occupancy, residential dwelling two, from 100 to what? Well, it's updated in 2020.
Yeah, just 150 maybe?
150.
Yeah, okay.
Commercial alteration or new construction up to $100,000. It's a one-time thing. Is that 300, what should be?
5. And then 750 for pretty large.
Letter request.
Makes that 150. So these examination and re-examination fees, that's actually, like, so that hasn't been updated, so that's actually code enforcement time. So that hasn't been updated since 2011, and that probably doesn't pay the cost of having somebody from code enforcement go out and do the examination and the examination.
All right.
So
Is that, but is this, let's just say you have a break in the main, that, and there's a plumbing issue, but the resident.
That's not what, this is really more about, if you.
Is it for new
It's an application, so you're going to, do some plumbing work that requires inspection. That actually requires a certificate for plumbing standard. You're redoing your bathroom, right? And you're going to redo the plumbing. They have to come out and inspect ahead of time, so that's time.
So is,
And then when the job is done, they have to come back out and inspect to make sure.
so it's for remodeling or new construction. It's not gonna be for a, something happened, something broke from the city and
No.
they need to fix it.
No.
That's fine.
But the thing here is that this is actually, labor time from code enforcement staff to go out and then come back out and inspect it and make sure it's up to code.
Okay.
So to me, I think that should be up.
And what are we saying, double? So 300?
Examination and re-examination. So each time they come out, it's $300.
Yeah.
We're going to end up in more for Craig's assistance because the assistants he's had until now have retirees from the state system. They can only earn $16.50 an hour. So whoever he hires, not going to be in. But this fee should help cover that in that regard, because they'll probably, come up with what we're willing to pay. It's definitely more than $16.50.
Right, but even if that, even if it was 1650, in 2011, it would have been probably 800.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not saying not to bring it up, I'm saying be aware, how you bring up more, because
oh,
I don't know what it's gonna end up.
Well, if we double everything.
I would definitely. Okay, now this, we talked about, this is a non-resident plumbing application case. So, we agreed that, until they have a plumbing board where somebody can actually become a resident, this needs to be changed.
Right.
To, at the moment, the fee to maintain your license is 200 a year. So on one hand, we want the resident people to maintain their licenses. But right now, if you have something that requires a plumbing permit, and even if it's a small job, that may be a $200 job, you still have to pay 300 if you want to use your preferred plumber. So a 200 job becomes a 500 job.
Yeah,
I think if this were reduced to 150, then if you really want to use their own plumber and not the resident one, it's still, they still have to do this per job. So the resident people would be incentivized to continue to have their residency. But reducing this to 150, I think, would make it possible for people to have a choice. That this has been an ongoing issue, and this would be until such time that they actually, because right now you cannot become a resident. But there's no plumbing board to give you that.
right, yeah. So that's. All right, fine, so we'll change this to 150 then. Non-resident application fee for plumbing permit. Would go one job. Right, because if it's a small job.
Right.
it becomes-
And that's what people
Increasing
have,
it to one-
yeah, that's what people have complained about, is like, I want to use my plumber.
Right.
And now suddenly,
All of a sudden
$200 job is a 500.
All right, so then there's a 75, the next item 144. Minimum charge for plumbing plans for fixtures the less $75.
I would be inclined to leave these alone, but we could ask, Craig, Craig, but I'd be inclined to leave those alone. Maybe it hasn't gone up to 20,000, so the only ones like 20 fixtures more, that's like new construction, doing the property building with 100 fixtures. I don't know, and it hasn't gone up since 2011, so maybe it's short.
In 2020, when I did the provisions, I met with Craig. And he was hesitant with some of them to up them because he was afraid people would just try to avoid them.
Right.
So you might want to talk to him.
How do you feel about the ones that are big jobs over 20 fixtures? I mean, you can't afford something.
No, you can't avoid it, exactly.
So that one,
I don't think so.
It's like a $10 each.
yeah, yes, basically anything, each additional fixture, above 4 would be $10 each, because it's $10 for up to 20. And we're going to increase the $5 to $10. So we make $10 for anything more than 4. Children,
So everything over 4 is 10.
and then you could remove row 146.
Which is what the additional fixtures over,
Sorry?
just the additional fixtures over 20 fixtures.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's basically, if the anything over 4, it's going to be $10.
The drain layer permit. It's everything in the
What are you saying?
drain layer permit 147.
I don't know.
Is it all?
Hmm?
So it's the drain layer.
I don't know.
That's right.
Remove that in the price. Maybe that's fine.
Signs,
What's my sign sheet?
$2 per square foot, not less than $50.
You guys trying to see what the. But now it's just back price of 13.
I'd imagine the signs have to be signs that you hang on buildings.
So the zoning board fee, that should definitely be.
Double, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
So what, sorry?
Number one, zoning board fee doubled to 200.
Okay.
No, the building permits were updated and
So building permits, minimum charge of $52.50 for the first $1,000, or fraction thereof. $10.50 for each of that, for each $1,000 or fraction thereof, up to 50,000. Oh, and it says 787 for each additional.
I think this is, I don't think we should change on trademark. Because this is really kind of percent the cost of the work. And since the cost of construction has gone up, the fees that we're collecting have gone up in parallel with the cost of construction. Did we?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Probably kind of difficult.
Yeah, but they haven't been raised for 20.
Right, but this is a percent of cost. And so as the cost of construction goes up.
Something that would have cost $5,000 in 2014 is now costing $10,000.
Yeah, I know that.
And so therefore, the money you're paying in permits. So when I put in my garage door, it was $2,000. 10 years ago, that wasn't $1,000. So I'm paying twice as much in the permit as I would have 10 years ago. So it goes along in line with the increases in the cost of the work.
Yeah.
Because it's not flat.
Yes, some of it though, I don't know. I mean, if we can round,
Yes.
instead of the 10.50, we can do 12, 7.8, we can make it 10 or, yeah, something like that. So it's just easier to calculate.
Yeah, it might be easier now.
Mhm.
I'm okay with that.
So we're going to round these.
I think we should round it by a couple of dollars, or maybe like a 10.50 to be 12, 7.8,
To be 10.
7, 10, 5.2, 5, okay, 7 maybe.
Yeah, that's fine. And then the first one is 52.50.
55.
55.
Mhm.
So
Great.
it's 55, 12, 10, 7.
Great.
That's fine.
What are you doing for 10? Rob?
55, 12, 10, 7.
Okay. I suspect from those numbers that that was downwards of percent. But it's like Brian makes the argument that we did it wrong. But that's fine, I'm fine with changing. Okay.
All right. Okay, so next parking violation for,
We're going to leave that for parking.
we're gonna leave it all for parking. Planning board fee. Those were updated in 2020. It's not cheap.
It's not that cheap.
I've been trying to leave them alone.
Yeah, leave it alone.
I agree.
Zoning board,
It's also.
Same.
Yeah.
yeah, zoning
So
board.
Tom, these are probably ones you did, and you did the
It
update.
was 2020?
2020.
Yes, what was it?
Zoning board. planning
Zoning.
board.
board. I think you leave those
A
alone.
lot of discussion about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at other municipalities as well as, at the time, the attorney Cheryl had a proposal based, I mean, some places do it based on the, nature of the proposal. That's more complex.
Yeah,
You guys.
it was done in 2020, yeah.
Has it been issued with the fees?
Not that I know.
We'll leave all of it.
Actually, not the planning board one, because some projects are so huge.
All right, let's listen to the folks. There.
And for this, so for the certificate of appropriateness, I think that's fine,
For,
because you have to get that for them.
For what?
Thing.
and now she's down to, line 194, or something like
Yeah,
that.
I would do that.
So, okay, so zoning board, we're gonna leave alone, we're leaving planning board and zoning board alone,
Start.
historic preservation. We're looking at certificate of appropriateness, $100. And then certificate of occupancy, the sign, $25, fine.
So how much are we charging in the youth department for use of the kitchen?
$50.
Much,
$50.
so the senior and youth are aligned, and I would recommend increasing the fees for seniors, even though they're voluntary.
It was already increased, yes.
Yeah. Even though they're voluntary, some people don't like to pay the fee, they want to pay it, right? They don't want to be not paying the fee, so I think, I don't know.
All right, then we go. All right, so. Going to. I'll save. All right, so I have the changes. The question marks are the impoundment fees, water withdrawal, use of product, we're just going to complain with Calvin. We're going to ask Craig about the code enforcement fees. And what that means about the kind of signs, permit signs, what does that actually? Anything else?
Yes, not the,
Yeah, I am, let me just say, start from there. And then, this is, OH 90. So, about the kiosks.
about the kiosk.
What I found out was, that they wanted, you probably know about this, a 25% restocking fee. For anything, and then there's.
Wait, 25%
Okay, so-
for them to go back to be returned?
To restock, they want 25% of the cost of each of the units. Plus replacing them, I don't know the actual number on their face, I know that it was significantly more.
Yeah.
But I talked to Rob about this yesterday, because you're at a different job. The thing is that whatever the parking bureau decides, we'll have to come back to the council for us to say whether we approve it or we don't approve it. There is a lot to be said for just going with what we've got,
Yeah,
because, even if you go with the paper bills,
mhm.
those machines also accept quarters. So, the logic that if you go with paper and you never have quarters is not correct, because they do accept quarters. So I'm not sure that there's much.
Right, so everybody says, I mean, eventually, most people will be using a card in their app.
Except that the fees, so the only thing with that, Tom, is Rob was saying that, only 20% of purchases in that machine there are from cash. The problem is that with the meters, because you have the fee, it's like, I don't know, 30 cents, 40 cents. And if you only part, the cost is $2, 40 cents on $2, it's a lot of money. It's not 40 cents on $10. So we may see a higher percentage of people using cash, but I think, we talked to, well, it's up to the parking bureau, they'll come back, they'll assess it, but the other thing that I suggest, I think Rob's gonna check into this, but they would check with, say, Kingston, that has meters that accept points and cards.
Yeah.
And ask their percentage of the use of his in coin versus non-coin. That would give us a sense of.
Well, I personally, I think the loss would be too great to return them and get new
Yeah.
ones. I would personally leave them, but what I would do is try to have them installed in areas near banks. Because we have 2 banks at least to have a few near the bank. So people can go get change, whatever they need in the bank. And don't forget, you're doing this during the work hours, you know, you have to pay from 9 to 5, so. So that's one option.
Right.
But I definitely wouldn't go through the hassle of, you know,
Right.
end up losing another
Oh, the
How
other
much?
is like.
700, yeah, that's.
The number he gave me, I don't remember.
Yeah,
exactly
it
what he
makes,
told
it
me.
makes, it's,
So
too
much.
much. It's just it's good within order more. That's, you know,
I mean, I use the ones in Kingston. I use the parking meters in Kingston. I've never used a dollar bill for.
Do they take coins?
They take coins and cards.
well, the idea with doing this is for the credit cards. Let's not forget. The
Sorry?
reason we're doing this is for the credit cards, because people prefer the convenience of just using a credit card. They have statements, they know what's happening.
Yeah.
So I really feel we should do that.
For that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna, without the parking bureau, I think it would be Michelle, the chief and Rob, coming to all of us, figuring out
Yeah.
what we wanna do. What we'll say.
Yeah.
You're still talking to the company, you're going to.
All right, anything else?
That's
No, not.
All right, I will forward this and with the amendments to all of you and then we'll okay them with this article resolution. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.